Hello, welcome to this video. Dhammapada, chapter 6, Pandita Vaggo, verse 6, verse 81 in the straight through numbering. Selo yatha ekagharno vatena nasamirati evan ninda pasansasu nasaminjati pandita. Sorry, did I say saminjati? Saminjanti pandita. I'll read it through now with the text up. Selo yata ekagharno vatena nasamirati evan ninda pasangsasu nasaminjanti pandita. This word gharna, it can be in Pali ghana with a dental na or gharna with a retroflex na. In Sanskrit it's just a dental na, ghana. The original meaning of it is like solid or dense or compact. It's also used in the sense of a close friend. He has a very close friend, ghanishtam mitram, a very close friend. It's used here in a slightly unusual compound, ekagharno, selo ekagharno, this one solid that is big, solid, compact. It has echoes of the word, the Greek and English word monolithic, monolithos, literally single stone, one big solid bit of rock. So ekagharna, the one solid, just as yata, ekagharno selo, the big solid rock. Vatena nasamirati, is not shaken. Nasamirati, vatena, by the wind. This word selo, let me call up my iPad. Here we are. In Sanskrit, shila, meaning a stone or a rock, a big one, and in Pali is sila. You can often make an adjective out of a noun by applying vriddhi to the root vowel. So shaila means kind of rocky, and by equivalent, usual phonetic mutation, shaila, Sanskrit sela in Pali. This is one of those cases where the adjective, what was originally now the adjective shaila, sela, is now used again, reverts to being, or can revert to being a noun. So a rocky, meaning a big rock. So sela, masculine, can be used as masculine noun, meaning a big rock. So ekagharno, literally a one solid rock, one big solid rock. So yata ekagharno selo, just as a big solid rock. Vatena nasamirati, is not shaken or is not stirred. Vatena, by the wind. Root va, to blow. The vayu, the blower, is the wind. Vata just actually means blown as the past participle, but also as a noun. Also means, so we have vayu and vata, both meaning wind, and so vatena, by the wind. Vatena nasamirati, is not stirred or shaken by the wind. And we also have, as it were, by nirva, as it were, nirva, literally to blow out. It makes its verbal noun nirvana, literally blowing out, as one might blow out a candle. It's the same word that you would use for blowing out a candle. You have the nirvana of a candle, the blowing out of a candle. So that's this root, va. Incidentally, it's cognate with the va, with our word wind, and it's also cognate with the Latin ventus, meaning the wind. We get ventilate, to put air into something. In English, it's from that same, all this from that same primitive root, va, blow. This word samirati ir, meaning to go and to rise up. It makes the causative irayati, to make something rise up, to excite something, to bring it to life. And this, and in Pali, iriyati, to set something in motion, to stir it up, or just irati. And samirati, that's like a complete, to get it going, to make it, not just to make it start moving, really to get it going. Samirati, nasamirati, is not set in motion. It's likely to be cognate with our primitive root r, meaning just to go. It seems to be an alternative form of that root. We also have the in Pali, the word iriya, a going, and it's you find it used, for example, in the Vinaya text, one's going, one's conduct, one's general deportment. You talk about the iriya of a monk, how a monk is meant to comport himself when he is moving or going. I've made a note. You'll see that ir is listed by the grammarians as a separate root, but it's likely that it's the derivative of our primitive root, meaning to go. So evam, so yata. We often see this in the texts when you're making a simile, comparing one event or thing with another. You have yata, as, evam, thus. So yata, oops, I didn't mean that to be bold. Unbold. So yata, just as, evam, thus, in that same way. So selu yata eka ghano, just as this big monolithic rock, the big solid rock, vatena nasamirate, is not shaken, is not roused to movement by the wind. Evam pandita, in the same way, pandita nasaminjati, are not moved, nasaminjati, ninda pasangsasu. This ninda pasangsasu is a dvandva compound. In English, we'd have to say blame, ninda, blame, pasangsa, praise. Blame and praise, we tend to say praise and blame. You could just put them together as a single compound with no alteration of meaning. In Pali, Sanskrit would allow the same. So in praise and blame, that's amid praise and blame. Look at this ending here, asu. The locative of nouns ending in, locative plural of nouns ending in a short ah is esu. But this word sangsa, pasangsa, Sanskrit prashangsa, is a feminine noun ending in a long a. Therefore, it's a locative plural, ends not in eshu, esu, but in asu, ninda pasangsasu. Note that where you have a compound consisting of two singular nouns, ningda pasangsa, two singular nouns, and they're made into a compound, the compound as a whole is treated as a plural, and the plural ending is put on it. So you couldn't say ninda pasangsayam in the singular, it had to be ninda pasangsasu. Although there's only one blame and one praise, put them together into a dvandva, and the entire lot is treated as a plural. That's why you have the locative plural here. In Sanskrit, of course, if there are just two members to this compound, in Sanskrit that would be in the dual number, which of course has disappeared in Pali. Evam nindapasansasu, in the same way, thus, nindapasansahu, amid blame and praise. Nasaminjanti pandita, the wise men, nasaminjanti. Wise men do not kind of start up, get moved up. This root, saminjanti, this in Sanskrit, rinjati, and it means to, in Sanskrit, to make something straight, to arrange it, to fit it out. It's the same root as the reg, Latin reg, rectitude, direct, correct. You see, there's rect meaning straight. And via the Germanic root, in German recht, English right, right in the initial meaning of upright and firm, and then the extended meaning, that which is a correct thing to do. Just as in Latin, the correct from that same root, right, correct, the same root. And the German Richter, literally a writer, one who sets things right. The Richter is the German for a judge. And the Latin reg and rex, of course, meaning a king. So this saminjanti, then the form samrinjati would be in Sanskrit, but I can't find any evidence for that in the dictionaries. I take the prefix sam here in Pali to mean like a completion of the action, like sara going, sangsara, a series of completed goings. So injanti just starts to set himself upright. Samanjati, he kind of completes the process. Hear a noise, you hear a noise, you're startled, you're suddenly upright. Samanjati, in response to a threat. And the same in the, ooh, I'm being praised, how wonderful, ooh, I'm being blamed. You kind of stiffen up, as if in response to a threat. And the same kind of imagery is used for whatever you do in response to praise. But the idea is that he doesn't alter his mental posture. He doesn't alter his mental attitude, as it were, when he hears praise or blame. He remains with his pasannena cetasa, with his calmed mind. And you'll see I've done a little bit of my own speculation here, and a bit of etymology. PTS dictionary does link injati to that Vedic rinjati, whence rex, rectitude, right. But that's not absolutely settled and firm. It seems to me right, but just by historical linguistics, it seems there is a little bit of room for doubt on it. So I will read this through again. Actually, I'll read it through first of all in an English word order, and then I'll read it in the word order as given here. So yata ekaghano selo na samirati vatena evam pandita na saminjanti ninda pasangsasu. Now I'll read it in the order as in its original form. Se lo yata ekaghano vatena nasamirati evam ninda pasangsasu nasaminjanti pandita. And once more. Se lo yata ekaghano vatena nasamirati evam ninda pasangsasu nasaminjanti pandita. That concludes this video.